Hello, passionate Celtic FC fans. This is Celtic Central News, your exclusive source for Celtic updates. Before we kick off, we appreciate the incredible support. If you love Celtic, subscribe now, hit like, and let's build this community together. Now, on to the latest news. A warm welcome to new subscribers. Your support is crucial. Hail, hail! Rumours have been swirling around Parkhead like a wild Highland storm, and tonight, the buzz has almost turned into a full-on roar as whispers grow louder about Luis Montanu supposedly signing with Celtic for what's being called a record-breaking fee. Aye, you heard it right. Folk are saying record fee, the sort of phrase that makes supporters sit up, tighten their scarves and refresh their phones every 2 minutes just to check if something has finally gone official. The chatter started quietly, just wee mutterings in supporter groups and late-night forums, but it spread like wildfire the moment someone claimed they'd spotted a private jet landing in Glasgow with a very familiar face among the passengers. Suddenly, every pub from Govan to Glasgow Green was buzzing with the same question: is Montanu actually here? And if he is, what does that mean for Celtic's attacking line? People can't stop talking about it, and honestly, you can feel the excitement pulsing through the city like the beat of a marching drum. Now, here's where the story gets even juicier, because these rumors aren't just whispers floating in the wind. They're backed by folk who usually didn't miss the mark when it comes to Celtic transfer gossip. Some insiders have been hinting that negotiations have moved far beyond the casual stage, with numbers being tossed around that could break the club's previous records into tiny wee pieces. Fans are divided between sheer joy and absolute disbelief. On one hand, bringing in a rising star with such flair could elevate Celtic's forward line to a whole new level, especially with European nights looming. On the other hand, there's that typical Glaswegian skepticism. Right, I'll believe it when I see the scarf above the head photo. But still, the rumour mill hasn't slowed even a wee bit, which makes you wonder if something massive really is brewing behind closed doors. Adding fuel to the fire is the fact that Parkhead itself has felt different these past few days. Staff members reportedly seen moving equipment, press areas being quietly prepared, and a few faces from the Celtic media team lingering around longer than usual. You know how it is. Nothing official gets said, but the subtle signs start stacking up, just enough to make supporters lean in and whisper to each other in that excited, conspiratorial tone. Mate, something's happening. And doesn't that feeling just hit different? Especially for Celtic fans who've grown accustomed to late summer dramas and unexpected transfer twists. This one feels special, though. This one feels big, almost too big for the usual rumor cycle. What's also fascinating is how quickly the conversation has shifted from "is this real?" to "how will he fit into the squad?" Folk are already debating formations, imagining link-ups, and arguing over whether Montanu should slot in as a central striker or operate more freely on the wings. The excitement has completely taken over online discussions, with supporters crafting fantasy lineups and highlight compilations as if the deal's already etched in stone. And even though nothing's official, that sense of anticipation is pure adrenaline, the kind that makes you check your phone first thing in the morning and last thing before going to sleep, just in case Celtic drops a late-night announcement that sends the entire fanbase into meltdown. Another layer of intrigue is the financial aspect, which has everyone scratching their heads and asking how Celtic pulled this off. A record fee for a player still proving himself on the European stage. It's bold, it's risky. It's the sort of move that some supporters have been begging the board to make for years. A statement signing something that tells rival clubs Celtic aren't just building, they're upgrading with intent. Whether the money truly matches what's being whispered is anyone's guess, but the willingness even to entertain such a signing says a lot about the ambition flowing through Parkhead at the moment. Folk are calling it a gamble, but a beautiful one, a high-stakes roll of the dice with potential to transform the squad. And of course, no massive rumour is complete without a bit of drama, and this one has plenty. Some competing clubs are supposedly raging they missed out, while a few pundits have thrown out their takes with that smug tone only pundits can muster. But despite the noise, the energy around Celtic Park feels electric. Fans walking past the stadium have been stopping for photos just in case today becomes that day. And honestly, whatever happens next, the excitement alone has already injected new life into the season's early days. Whether the deal is signed, sealed and delivered, or whether it's all smoke without fire, one thing's certain: this is the most explosive rumour to hit Parkhead in a long, long time. As the rumour continues to swirl through Glasgow like mist rolling over the Clyde, the story of Lewis Montanu supposed arrival at Celtic refuses to die down. If anything, the whispers have only grown louder, taking on a life of their own as fans scramble for every scrap of information they can get. It feels like the entire city is on high alert. Social media pages are updating every second. Supporters are sharing grainy airport photos that might be him or might just be some random visitor, and every taxi driver claims to ken someone who swears they've seen Montanu stepping into a blacked-out car. It's the sort of frenzy that grabs hold of a fan base and refuses to let go, building tension with every passing moment. Folk are already imagining how Montanu might adapt to life in Glasgow, a city that embraces its footballing heroes with passion, but expects a level of grit and determination that not every player can handle. Supporters are saying he has the pace, the confidence, and the spark needed to thrive in Scotland's fast, physical game. There's chatter about how he could become a fan favourite, the kind of player who gets supporters off their seats with every darting run. But there's also a quiet curiosity about whether he can cope with the intensity of Celtic's expectations, because at Parkhead, it's not enough to be good. You have to be brilliant, consistent, and hungry for every ball. As the discussions grow, so does the debate surrounding what his arrival would mean for other players already in the squad. Questions float around like drifting leaves. Would this push someone else to the bench? Would a current star be moved into a new role? Could this spark the sort of internal competition that elevates everyone's performance or create tension behind closed doors? The supporters can only speculate, of course, but that's half the fun. Transfer rumours aren't just about new faces, they're about shifting dynamics, new possibilities, and the thrill of imagining what could be. And with a fee this massive being whispered, it's clear Celtic see Montanu not as a depth option, but as a potential game changer. Meanwhile, pundits across the country have been weighing in with their usual mixture of confidence, confusion, and predictable hot takes. Some are calling the rumoured fee outrageous, while others say it's a bold statement that Celtic need to make if they want to stay competitive in Europe. A few have even gone as far as to compare Montianu's style to past Parkhead greats, stirring up even more excitement among fans who are hungry for a new hero to rally behind. Whether these comparisons are fair or wildly premature doesn't seem to matter. The buzz is what matters. The thrill of imagining the next big star wearing the green and white hoops. An undercurrent to all this is the reaction from rival supporters many of whom are watching the rumor unfold with a mix of worry and skepticism. Some are mocking the idea, saying Celtic are getting ahead of themselves. Others are quietly panicking at the thought of a dynamic forward joining a team already strong enough to dominate domestically. It's classic rivalry tension, the sort that fuels Scottish football and adds spice to every match. If this deal goes through, you can find, well, it'll be the talk of the terraces from Ibrox to Aberdeen, stirring debate, anger, and maybe even a bit of jealousy. And now, as the hours tick on and no official announcement emerges, the suspense reaches fever pitch. Fans checking their phones every few minutes, supporter pages throwing out prediction times. It'll drop at midnight. Nah, it'll be tomorrow morning. Bro, my uncle's neighbor says it's already done. The truth remains hidden behind closed doors, but the excitement refuses to fade. For Celtic supporters, this rumor has turned into a full-on emotional roller coaster, one that could end in pure euphoria or the usual heartbreak that comes with transfer season. Either way, it's the kind of story that reminds you why football is more than a sport. It's drama, it's theatre, it's hope. And right now, all that hope is centered on one name, Louis Montanu. The strange thing about the whole Louis Montanu saga is how it started taking on a mythic vibe across Glasgow, as if every corner of the city has its own version of the story, each one more dramatic than the last. You walk into a cafe and suddenly someone's whispering that they heard the medical was done at a secret location. Go into a pub and folk are swearing blind. He's already recorded his first interview. Even barbers are getting involved. One lad said his cousin cuts hair for someone who claims Celtic staff have been practicing pronouncing MUNTEANU properly all week. It's madness, pure madness, but the kind of madness that football supporters live for. It's funny how a rumor can grow arms, legs, and a whole torso within hours, turning into a full-blown urban legend before anyone realizes what's happening. Yet amidst the chaos, every fan has that look, the glimmer of hope, the what-if sparkle that only a big transfer can bring to life. As the noise grows, folk have started picking apart every wee detail from the last few days, analyzing footage, photos, and even shadows like detectives in some high-stakes investigation. There's a blurry image doing the rounds where someone claims you can see a figure wearing Celtic green stepping out of a car near Lennoxtown. Never mind that the photo looks like it was taken on a potato. The rumor army has decided it's MUNTEANU, and that's final. Twitter threads full of wild theories have popped up like mushrooms after rain, each one trying to piece together timelines that make absolutely zero sense but somehow feel convincing anyway. It's incredible how imagination fills the gaps when people desperately want something to be true, and right now, Celtic fans want this more than they're willing to admit out loud. Another fascinating twist is how folk have started talking about what this transfer could symbolize beyond football, almost like it marks a shift in attitude at the club. Supporters are saying things like, "This is the new era," or "Celtic are done playing safe. We're going for glory." It's become more than just a potential signing. It's turning into a metaphor for ambition, for daring to dream bigger than the usual mold. Every summer has its rumor. Aye, but this one feels different. There's a weight to it, a sense that if it happens, it could genuinely shake the league. And even if it doesn't, the sheer size of the buzz has already shifted the atmosphere. People are walking through Glasgow with an extra bounce in their step, imagining what Parkhead might sound like if Montanu name is announced over the tannoy on a crisp Saturday afternoon. Before we proceed, subscribe to our channel and enable notifications to receive all exclusive news about Celtic FC. Don't miss any details about your favorite team. It's extremely important for Celtic FC fans. Meanwhile, players already in the squad must be watching all this with mixed feelings. Some excited at the thought of linking up with another attacking threat. Others may be feeling that usual competitive itch. Footballers are human after all, and big rumours can rattle even the most grounded professionals. But the beauty of Celtic's dressing room is the way competition often brings out the best in everyone. The chatter among supporters is that this could push the entire forward line to sharpen their edge, raise their tempo, and fight harder for their place in the starting 11. And honestly, that kind of internal fire is exactly what Celtic fans have been craving. It's not just about signing a player, it's about raising standards, pushing boundaries, and building a squad that can genuinely punch above its weight in bigger arenas. The media circus surrounding the rumor has also reached peak entertainment levels, with pundits now arguing over everything from the fee to the justification behind the supposed move. Some are calling it a power play, others a reckless gamble, and a few are claiming the rumor itself has become bigger than reality. But that's what makes Scottish football such a beautiful mess. Nobody ever quite agrees on anything, yet everyone still joins the debate with absolute conviction. And while the pundits bicker, fans keep refreshing, keep hoping, keep imagining. The tension feels like waiting for fireworks that might never go off, but you're still standing there, eyes glued to the sky, convinced the next spark could explode into something spectacular. And now, with every passing hour stretching the suspense to breaking point, folk are starting to ask the question everyone's thinking but nobody wants to say out loud. What if it all collapses? What if the rumor fizzles out? But here's the thing, sometimes the rumor itself becomes part of the season's mythology. Even if it ends tomorrow, the excitement it's generated has already given supporters something priceless. Belief that big moves can happen. Belief that ambition is alive. Belief that Celtic are ready to push boundaries again. And that's why this story isn't going away, not today, not tomorrow. Until a statement appears, one way or another, the city will keep buzzing, keep wondering, keep dreaming about MUNTEANU and what might just be the biggest transfer twist Parkhead has seen in years. Hello, fan. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, as it means a lot to Celtic FC. Also, share your opinion about the news in the comments below. See you in the next video.